Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Sidejag, the show about movies, food, popcorn, which is food, TV shows, shit we like, and stuff hopefully you like as well. Today, we're going to talk about the Bob Ross documentary from Netflix. So excited to be doing that.
Happy accident.
Happy accidents.
Right.
And of course, plenty of other things. I'm sure we'll catch up on Hawkeye, and of course, some other big shows are dropping and dropped this week. So we'll be talking about those as well as yell. So join us as we dig deep into this fun and excitement that is two guys that can't stay focused on anything. Let's get going. What did you think of the Bob Ross documentary?
Okay. Yep. So I had to separate the information I got that I did not know about Bob Ross from the documentary itself.
Okay. Like
the documentary itself was okay.
It was boring as shit.
Yeah. The information was great. I did not know a lot of that stuff that they told me about.
None
Bob
of
Ross.
It. Could have got it done in a half hour though.
Right.
It
was only, it was only an hour and a half. Spared us somewhat.
Could have got it to us in a half hour. I mean, I felt like it was okay. I enjoyed it because who doesn't like Bob Ross? Let's be honest. Right. You can't not like Bob Ross. All right. He definitely and the sad thing is it's always the cliche. Like this always happens. Extremely nice guy, public figure, someone in the background that's an evil pulling the strings, ripping them off.
Right.
Dies, somebody gets screwed. It's like it happens all the time.
Right.
Like, so there was not. It's like, hey, Bob Ross died, and then whatever it was called, like greed and whatever. And it was like,
right.
Oh, okay, we know what happens then. He dies. Somebody else is getting paid. His kids don't make shit. It's just gonna have one of those endings where it's just like, oh yeah, didn't see that coming. It's like every creative that needs someone else to help them be the awesome creative they are is getting screwed by that person, like every single one of them. Right. So there was nothing there that you're going to be like, oh my God, you're kidding me. Where the story is the actual half hour of good content about Bob Ross's life.
Right.
That was fun.
Did they throw you any curveballs, like something you were like, whoa, shit, like?
No, because it was like as soon as you read the title, you're like, I know what's going to happen.
You know what got me?
What's that?
When he banged the Annette chick, or
Oh no, you knew he was as soon as they said the two families moved in together.
Right, like
they had menage a trois going on like a mofo in there.
I think like the son, he was like he didn't want to say, like there was something, and
well, they were all scared to death
living that swinger lifestyle.
Yes, it totally looked like the swinger lifestyle. They were all scared to death to talk about this because the Kowalskis were, he's a former CIA agent and she's a current nut job. Right. So, like, nobody wants to say anything because they're sue happy. They sue everybody. Defamation of character. I mean, they literally took the paint company away from the paint people. For sure they were swingers. Oh yeah, I mean, dude, he wore his buttons down to here. You know that he was tapping every person he could get his paint stick into. I mean, he was a player, dude. It was the 80s. He had a fro, he had a gold medallion, he wore his shirt down, and he talked very seductively.
Yeah, on purpose, we found out.
Yeah, because he wanted to be different. So, from that perspective, it was like if you have any inclinations about wanting to know more about Bob Ross, this will answer everything you need to know. Right. He died at 53, didn't make me feel good, of cancer. He had friends, he had enemies, he had people that took advantage of him his whole life. He knew that it was happening towards the end, and there was nothing he could do about it. His brother was a dumbass. His son got screwed. It's like a country song.
Right. It's exactly what it is.
It's just a typical, you want fries with that? Right. It's just a country song. But
it's hard to do the story because, like, there's no there's no scandals with him. Like he was a legitimately like a good dude.
Yeah.
And the shit he was saying about, about making the world a better place, all that stuff he genuinely meant. That's what he wanted to do,
Yeah, he just wanted to paint.
Right.
I mean, and to be honest with you, I don't think he was even upset the fact that they were screwing him over because it allowed him to paint. He didn't care.
Yeah.
Towards the end, he just wanted something left over for his family because he knew that there wasn't going to, he knew that what he was doing, they weren't going to share it. So he wanted to have some piece of it to give to his family after he left. But he didn't care. He just wanted to paint. That was it.
He wanted to teach people. He wanted to paint. He wanted to, do his thing.
Yeah. So I don't really. I mean, he had great hair. He always had hair.
Yeah.
Dude, at the beginning of the show, Haley goes, "Dude, he's always had great hair." And then his son was like, he was always concerned with his hair, and I was like,
right.
And he settled on a fro.
That's how he went. It was a perm. It was
whatever. It was a fro, bro. It's like, why would you? Okay, all right. I mean, but there again, it was his look, and that made him, big fro, nice beard, button-down shirt, and then today we're just gonna. I think we need to put a little tree right here. What's nice about trees is they create oxygen. Oxygen is something we all need to breathe. So I just need to hurry up and finish this tree before my stagehand off the side loses her fucking mind and wants to come out here and kill me because I only get 23 minutes to paint this thing. I'll get it done though because I'm a professional. Haha, joke's on you. By the way, want to see my penis? I mean, it's just like, whoa, damn, okay.
I do like Bob Ross had the uniform before Steve Jobs done the uniform.
Yes,
he had his uniform. It was the button-up shirt, jeans.
It's funny too because we have Bob Ross hanging on the Christmas tree.
Yeah,
and it's Bob Ross, man. That's Bob Ross.
Yeah. I did you watch it when it was on TV ever?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah, me too.
But I hated painting, but
I think a lot of people that like Bob Ross now never actually watched the show.
No, I don't think so either. I think they like the idea of Bob Ross more than they actually liked Bob Ross. Which, there again, kudos to the Kowalskis for doing that. I mean, they were tyrants, and little brushes, lives right over here. Yeah. Okay, Dean, do an install video doing a Bob Ross impersonation. It would be hard. It would be so hard.
Listen, I feel like there was like a branching path. And one path, alternate, like in the metaverse.
Yeah.
Dean could have been with the Bob Ross of car audio at some point.
Other than I have no hair.
Right. Well,
I mean, let's be honest. When we look at something that, all right, when you sit there and you're like, okay, when I was young, who were the great guys that did talk? It's like Bob Ross was one of them. Mr. Rogers was another one. These were people that, and then you had game show hosts. And that's what we had. Those were the 3 channels or 4 channels, whatever it was, of entertainment that we had access to. And, so who are you going to emulate? You kind of have to look at it like that. Like, okay, so Bob Ross, very soft-spoken, very provocative, but at that point in time, you really didn't know he was provocative. Just like, just dab it on, brush it up, just gently touch it. Ooh, look at that. That's so subtle. Just lightly touch it. Then beat the shit out of it. Smack. Just beat it. Oh yeah.
They made sure they done like it was like a 5-minute scene where he's just smacking the shit out of that brush.
Smacking the shit out of the brush. Just smack the crap out of it. Just flap. Oh yeah. Don't you just like that? Now we got a nice clean brush. Let's dip it in some white. How about going to Bob Ross next Halloween? If he keeps growing his hair.
I told y'all that's the only way it goes.
See, and that's the problem now with no lighting in the back. Your head, because you have dark hair, it just makes your head look smaller.
Yeah.
Because it all just kind of blends.
That's what I call a bonus.
That could be a bonus. That definitely could be a bonus. All right. Well, okay. So let's talk about things that you didn't know that you were just like, God damn, really? So what moments were those?
well, the one that shocked me is like, oh, like Bob Ross is he's a man. He's like a ladies' man. That was one. The second one is the dude likes sports cars, which seems totally out of character, but cool.
Yeah, and it was thrill rides.
Thrill rides.
You want to go for a thrill ride in my Corvette, custom made Corvette Stingray? I'll take you for a thrill ride. I'll go so fast, Corvette gets them wet.
Yeah, listen, that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, I'm not going in there with you, Bob Ross. I don't want your hand on my leg.
Just hold on tight. You're gonna have a happy accident.
Or he's gonna do the mom. He's gonna do the mom. The quick stop.
Yeah, don't wear the seatbelts. I got you. I got
you. That and I guess I didn't realize how popular he was back in the day.
Oh, really?
I thought in my mind he was just like a public access dude, and this was small time, and like me and my friends were the only ones that knew about it. I didn't know that it was like freaking huge.
No, I knew he was way bigger than that, just because public access back then, that was long before all the nonsense on TV that we have. So public access was a big deal because it was just one more thing to watch. And when there's nothing else on and you're like, and then like Bob Ross is up there going, we're going to paint today. It's like, hey, right, we're going to color. Let's watch a guy color. It was no different than what these kids do watching, kids play with other toys. We were watching
grown creepy guys play with girl toys.
Whatever works for you. I don't want any of that crap. But to me, it was just like, all right, grab the coloring books and crayons. We're going to color, and we're going to let him tell us about it. And we're just going to be awed by the fact that this guy's just doing this in, half hour.
Listen, can I sidejag us right here?
I sidejag the crap out of it.
Talking about public access. This has been probably as recently as about 10 years ago, maybe 15. When you had cable, we had public access around here. They had a show that was an auction. They would do live auctions. They would get things like that fell off an Amazon truck. Well, not Amazon, but fell off a truck, something of that sort. And they would auction off live. You'd call in, place your bids, and then you drive down there and pick up the item.
Okay.
So me and my brother-in-law, literally our favorite thing to do at night. I worked second shift at the time, and we were actually staying with my sister. So this was quite long ago. This was like 20 something years ago. And I'd get off work and he'd be like, dude, the auction's on. Let's see what we can get. So we're in the living room watching, like, they have like a knife, like a cool knife. Like, hell yeah, man. How much is, I'll bid $1 on that. So you call in, bid $1, go pick up the item. But the cool part is, the guy gets on there. He's like, you see him look at somebody. He's like, can I help you? Can I help you? And dude's like, we're being robbed. We're being robbed. they literally got, we're watching it. So like we call,
oh my gosh,
we call the cops, right? We call 911. But someone had already called, like as soon as he said we're being robbed, someone had already beat us to it. That was crazy. I was like, damn, he's like, this dude's being robbed right now.
Nice.
So
that's some crazy shit. Yeah, that you like my invitation. Rumor has it Bob Ross did an award-winning helicopter. Okay.
Oh no, I don't think you're thinking of the right helicopter.
No, I know. I'm just saying. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I don't like those.
Okay. I'll pick up a set of Koss headphones just for you, man.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what other like moments did you have during this?
Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. There wasn't that many moments. There wasn't.
I know, right? I was bored out of my freaking mind. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I enjoyed it because I like documentaries and I just like to know shit. But it was like I got done watching. I was like, what else do we have to watch? I got done with that, and Netflix was like, oh, because you watch this, you might. And then there was an Eddie Hall documentary, the world strongman guy, and I follow him on YouTube. And I was like, there was an Eddie Hall documentary. And I was like, what? No way. It was like from 2014 to 15, right before he won World Strongman. And I was like, well, I guess I know what I'm doing for the next hour and a half.
Gotta watch it.
Let's play. And Sue sat out there for most of it, which I thought was pretty cool because she was asking me questions, like, because I mean, those guys are funny, but he's particularly a unique character in the world of strongman. Which those guys are all insanely like, like, oh my god, like one of the guys he hangs out with is other guy by the name of Brian Shaw that's like 6'6" something, 6'5", 6'8", and 450 pounds of just like, you've got to be kidding me, like. Oh my god! Like,
I can't. I'm trying to think of the Henrik Stenson. Was he one that was? I'm trying to think of the one that I always see when I would watch it.
There's, their names. They're all like, I have no idea. Like Savinus or something like that. It's like the guy that won it all over and over and over again, like the best of the best. And it's like you just watch this guy, get up there with his big beer belly hanging out. And he grabs the log and he's just like, he's the first one to get it up, and then he goes like this, and you're going, these guys were dying, and this guy's throwing this thing around like it's a toothpick. Holy crap! Like,
when they did the Atlas rocks.
Oh yeah. Oh dude, the guy that's the current champion, this dude from Scotland, he's like the Atlas stones freak. Like, this guy can throw Atlas stones like they're beach balls.
Damn.
Like making these times that make absolute, like, he's just like boom, 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 and you're like, what the fuck just happened? And it's like, oh my gosh. And they're funny to watch, so that's why, and they have nothing to do with anything that my life would generally consist of, so I watch them.
So you watch it. Well, we had our own strongman, so we have these lead counterweights that go into forklift batteries.
Yeah,
and someone had 2 of them on a big heavy duty bar, and I seen somebody pick them up, and it looked like he picked them up pretty easy. So they're kind of daring everybody to pick them up. I was like, yeah, I could pick that up. Yo, listen, I got it up, but that thing was not light.
Yeah,
and I was straining, like, got it up to waist. I was like, yeah, that's plenty. Put it back down. We go weigh them. That's 480 something pounds.
Wow.
I was like, how do you pick that up so easy, dude? That's
because some people just have that supernatural freaky thing.
Yeah.
To answer the question, does anybody know Macho Man Doc? Is there one? Yes, there is one. It's put out by WE, World Wrestling Federation. Has a they just started doing documentaries on the wrestlers, like they did Jake the Snake. They did Macho Man. They did.
I watched the 30 Undertaker one.
30 and 30 did a really good one on Nature Boy Ric Flair. That one was really good. But yeah, no, they have, the WE has a bunch of documentaries they just did on a lot of their wrestlers. Some alive. Oh, they did Mankind. That was a good one because he's still alive, which is cool. But yeah, no, the Macho Man one was kind of sad, I met him once. We did some work for him, and he's a bucket of nothing. That elevator was broke a long time ago.
He's the wrestler.
Yeah,
that's who they based his character on, right? Was the Macho Man?
Who?
Kind of what I heard. The wrestler with Mickey Rourke.
Oh yeah.
He was supposed to be Macho Man.
Dude, that was terrible. That movie was just like,
it's hard. It's a hard watch.
Oh, and then you're done with it, and you're like, "Is anybody got a puppy I can borrow for
like nothing?
20 minutes? Just can I get a puppy, bunny, anything cute?
Yeah.
Does anybody have a baby I can just play with for like 20 minutes to make me feel like not this?"
He's like, I'm just an old sack of meat.
I mean, it was a great. Mickey Rourke did an amazing job. Like, I think that's probably the best movie he's done, probably ever. I mean, Angel Heart was fabulous, but in the current state of Mickey Rourke, which is like, oh my God, Jesus, what happened to you? That was a really good movie. It was just, it was a tough watch for sure. If you've never watched The Wrestler and you're into wrestling at all, like, get a box of tissues and just have something happy. Keep a rainbow real close nearby to grab on when you're done, because you're gonna need something really, like maybe a bowl of ice cream. I don't know, whatever gets you in a good mood again. Because when you're done watching that, you're gonna fucking need it.
That talking about documentaries like the 30 for 30, I'll watch anyone they do. It doesn't matter what it's about, because they're all fantastic.
Yeah. it's yes, I love watching those, and then I love watching James Gordon Ramsay. Sorry, Gordon Ramsay. Gordon Ramsay does a travel cooking thing where he travels all around the world. Oh my god, it's fabulous.
I used to like watching his Kitchen Nightmares, but the UK version, the original.
Yeah. So I don't want to watch him doing any of that stuff. I just want to watch him being put in really stupid things to get stuff to make food. Yeah. And it's really good. Plus, he goes to a lot of these countries because he's like 6, he's like your height.
Yeah.
I think he's got like a size 12 or 14 foot, so
he was a pro soccer player.
He's freaking gigantic, and so, and he goes to a lot of these countries where the average height is 5'2", and he's, it's this big Scottish guy walking around.
Yeah.
It's like, it's just funny. Shit like that makes me laugh. Yes, Melissa Tomei, we get it. She's hot. We know.
Yeah.
We all watch Cousin Vinny, and Spider-Man. And she's old, but she's still hot. So
yeah, she's still hot. I mean,
yeah. Yes. Yeah. Let it go. Let it go. Or go to the bathroom, let it go. Whatever you need to do.
Right. But I think, what else is there to say about Bob Ross documentary?
There's nothing else to say about Bob Ross. If you're into documentaries and you like Bob Ross or painting and you just want to be like, wow, yeah, another one of those guys that got taken advantage of, it's the movie for you. Otherwise, I mean, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. You just were kind of like, yeah, I saw that coming. Cool. And what else you been watching? Did you catch up on Hawkeye?
I did not watch episode 4.
Okay, because 5 comes out to last night, I think.
Wait, I think I might have seen what happens in 4. I haven't seen the newest episode.
So they released the episodes on Wednesday.
Right.
So the newest one just came out. I honestly don't remember what 4 was about because I watched it and we were like, oh, that's so cool. And actually, we went back and watched 3 and 4 over again.
Yeah.
So 4 ended on the roof, the fight on the roof.
With the fight with the Black Widow?
Yes.
Chick.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, it ended there. One. Okay, so that's where 4 ended. 5 came out yesterday, so we haven't seen that one. What did you think about the ending of that, though? Like,
I thought they're setting up for the movie because obviously there's going to be a movie with her, and I heard it as the after credit scene in Black Widow. It showed her at the funeral.
Yeah, with the chick from Seinfeld. Well, at the tombstone, she walked up to him and said, "You want to know who killed your sister? It was this guy."
Yeah,
and
yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, obviously, I don't think she's going to kill him. There'll probably be some shit that comes out. And she'll be like, oh, wait a minute. Oh, I understand. Oh, that's what happened.
Right.
Okay, you were buddies. Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, let's go after Kingpin.
Exactly.
Yeah. Did you watch Lost in Space, this Netflix series, at all?
Mm-mm. I watched the original.
No, of course you did. That was only on TV back in the 70s. Duh. No, you haven't watched the Netflix series of Lost in Space?
No.
So I'm gonna do you a favor. It's season 3 just came out this week.
Yeah.
It wraps it up, so it's a 3 and done. Thank God. It's freaking awesome. Okay, it is great. The spin that they put on this is freaking very.
Are they retelling the story, or are they doing something different?
They're telling the story in a way that makes it so much better. Because the problem with the TV show was always like every episode was like, "Hey, we're lost in space. Hey, what are we gonna do?" Yeah, danger, Will Robinson, danger. Okay, so they said, "All right, let's put a new spin on this." The doctor that was annoying is a chick now. The robot has way cooler, like, where'd that guy come from? And they're not alone. Okay, they're part of a whole colony of people trying to get to Alpha Centauri, to form a settlement when everything goes wrong. And so then you follow this family on the journey and the rest of the people. So it's nice because it's just not them. There are moments that is just them, like they are definitely the super family. That like we're here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. So, but no, like, and it's 8 episodes a season, so it's not like it's a tough watch. But dude, I tell you right now, you'll watch the first episode and you'll be like,
gotta keep going.
I mean, I got an hour. What's another hour?
And then I'll have to check it out. So is the whole thing like their last name's Robinson? They're basically the Swiss Family Robinson in space?
Yes. It's the Swiss Family Robinson in space. They are the super family for sure.
Yeah.
But they don't have superpowers. They're just smart and really smart. And like the dad is like a Navy SEAL. The mom is legit a rocket scientist. The kids are all like, like they ate their Wheaties.
So they're like the Hawkeye family.
Better, way better. And the other cool thing about it is like they let the kids do stuff on their own. Like they there's episodes that are just the kids.
Oh, that is cool.
Yeah, Dave, this version is way cooler. It is. It's so awesome. Like, I can't believe you haven't like stumbled onto this, but I'm telling you right now, you're gonna be like, shit. But the nice thing is,
The Witcher's coming out, so
I know we're gonna get that in a minute. The nice thing about it is, it's now that it's over, so you get the luxury of like you can start it and you can watch the whole thing to the end and be like, oh, that's great. I'm done. High fives. Whereas the rest of us have been like, dude, when is the next season coming out? It's been like a year. This sucks. Right.
But see, I wish this would have happened with the Bruce Lee written show. What's that called that we were watching?
Oh, the Warrior.
Warrior, yes, because I'm eagerly awaiting that one. Although
that's gonna be a while.
Yeah, I know, man. I know. So see, it would have been nice to just watch them all at once. But we do have The Witcher coming up.
We do have The Witcher coming up, and The Matrix.
There
was another one crap. There was another. Oh man, I don't even see the problem. Oh, Cody Banks, or no, whatever. There was that other. I talked about those last week. Yeah. So what happened is I got done watching Invasion. Like Invasion on Apple TV ended, and I was like, oh cool. What's up, Fro? You missed the whole, Big Daddy Bob Ross conversation like yourself. And I was like, I don't have anything else to watch. So I was really kind of happy with that because I didn't want anything else to watch. And like an idiot, I scrolled down and I saw where it said new episode in Lost in Space. And I was like, shit.
Here we go.
Darn it. And sure enough, yes, Alex Rider. Thank you. Yeah, that was awesome. So, it was like I finished all this stuff and it was like, all right. And then that came up. And so I didn't get a lot of sleep this week. Well, it's like I got to do all my work. And then when I'm done with my work, I'll watch an episode. That never happens. It's like, yeah. And then I'll mute the TV and I can hear Sue snoring in the other room. And I'll be like, I'm just going to sleep out here. I'll just
turn it back on. Well, I've been watching a new show too.
Cool. What?
So, have you heard of Southside on HBO Max?
What is it?
It's 2 guys. They work in a rent-to-own place.
No.
They do repossessions.
Okay.
Dude, it is so my buddy told me, he's like, you got to watch it. It's freaking hilarious. And he did warn me. He's like, it's low budget. So I watched the first episode. And at first, man, they're kind of setting things up. I was like, damn, this is low budget as hell. But once these guys get in the pocket and get in the groove, they are funny as hell, man. There is so much. I can't believe they got away with this show. There's so much inappropriate shit in this show that they shouldn't be able to get away with. And it's the kind of stuff that I love and high recommend. It's like 25-minute episodes.
Oh, nice.
So I've been power watching those. They got 2 seasons up.
Oh, there you go. I don't think I've ever watched like a 25-minute anything.
Yeah, and it's a comedy.
Other than like a cartoon.
Yeah, it's
so
easy.
Another thing I started to try to watch is HBO Max does this thing called Music Box. Have you seen any of these?
Mm-mm.
Like they just did one on Kenny G.
Yeah.
Last week. Not this 2 weeks ago. They did one on Kenny G, which I got like when we were in the hotel. It was on, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And they do a really deep dive into like Kenny G's life, and they have him on, and they talk about all the albums, and they talk about all the success, and they talk about just like everything. And it was like, I don't even like Kenny G that much, but like he had that really popular point in his life that everyone was like, oh, Kenny G, you know, and you're just like, oh, let's go to the bedroom. So I didn't know what it was when I was watching. I didn't know it was a series that they're putting out, but it's a series called Music Box. And then last week was this one called Mr. Saturday Night. And I didn't get to watch the whole thing, but I started watching it. And it was really cool. It's about disco. So it's about the guy that like signed the Bee Gees, and like he's the disco man. You know, he started a production company and hired John Travolta, and so they started it. It was really cool, and they're basically documentaries, which I'm excited about that. And I was like, oh, this is fun. So I dug deep into it, and then because I stayed up to watch Lost in Space, I got about 20 minutes into it, and I was like,
you're down.
I was asleep, so I was like, I got to stop watching this because I got to go back to it. But if anyone has the opportunity to watch these things, you definitely want to do it.
I got caught like that on Hawkeye. So last night after stream, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start it, and I started it, dude. It didn't even get 2 minutes in. I'm already dozed off. Like, all right, we're gonna do this another day.
Yeah, I mean, there again, you know, he said Music Box, sleepy. It's one of those things, man. You know, to me, those are like TV style documentaries. Like I love to watch when I'm editing. I like to have Mysteries of the Unknown, or you know, Caught on Satellite. They all have the same thing where it's like, you know, they start with the world, and they go over in a rainforest in Peru. The satellite caught this. Yeah. And then get the guys on and go, what could it be?
And you look up from editing, like, what are you talking about?
What could it be? I mean, is it World War II? Was there something? Did the Nazis do it? You know, and you're just like, I don't know. Did they? I mean, tell me more, you know? So I'll get into that type of stuff just because I can just pop up. I'll see the beginning of it, and then I can go back to work, and then I'll put up my head, and they'll be telling me the solution, and I can miss all of the bullshit in the middle. I'll be, oh, yeah, it was this. Oh, that's cool.
Witcher season 2 tomorrow.
I know, right? So, do you remember anything from Witcher season 1?
I watched it more recently than you, but so the girl is back alive, the witch girl at the end? Is she dead?
Which one? Yennefer? Yennefer disappears. So the end of the thing was the big witch battle.
Right.
Where all the witches go, the good witches versus the bad witches, and they're like throwing major things. And Yennefer does some like Hail Mary, save the world kind of thing, and she disappears. And everyone's like, Yennefer! And then, which I'm like, why did Yennefer really?
Right, I know. It's annoying as hell.
Let's call her Cadillac. Anyways.
She did have the glow up of the century, though. The Hunchback of Notre Dame is smoking hot.
Yeah, with purple eyes. Yeah.
Right.
And then the last scene of the movie was Cavill in the rain running, and the little girl running up to, you know, and they're like, oh, so we finally got to meet. Yeah. And she goes, what? I think she said, who's Yennefer? Or something like that. Or who's this person? And they're like, oh, here we go. My only hope.
Oh, and that's where we find out like the girl is like betrothed to him.
Well, so that was
towards the end, right?
She wasn't betrothed to marry him. He's responsible for her.
Right, exactly.
So he's so the whole.
But he basically won her from the mother in some way.
Yes, because he saved their marriage.
Right.
And the law of whatever, there's a law of something. and basically that meant that like he was gonna get the kid.
Right.
And so they didn't want to give the kid to him, and
Yeah.
so he comes in because they shot it in like Pulp Fiction style, where it's like the beginning
Yeah.
is the end and the middle, and then all this shit's going on, and you're just like, oh my god, what is happening? Like everyone that I told, listen, you got to watch this, but the time is screwed up. Okay, so just kind of watch the whole thing and keep an open mind, because like it's not day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. I said it's like Pulp Fiction, where it's like the middle could be the end and the end could be the beginning, and there's no ball gags and pliers with blowtorches, but there is a lot of cool shit, so just be patient with it. And like even Fernando was like, dude, that was cool. And I was like, I know, right? And he doesn't like watching anything. So yeah, so we're gonna finally get to see that, but because the dad was a beaver or something like that. He had a curse where he was a beaver.
Right. Yeah.
And so he saves them from all that. And yeah, I don't know. So and he in the beginning he comes to collect her, and of course the queen doesn't want to give the kid to him.
Yeah.
Because she's like, no, I'm going to keep him. It's like, no, you can't, because you're going to screw up the cosmic order of things. That's not how it works. Like he gets the kid, and she's like, no, I want to keep the kid. Well, okay, well you're going to lose your kingdom then.
Yeah.
Because the world, the world is going to collect. It's like, okay. So, and then did you watch the cartoon that came out?
No, I didn't.
You need to watch the cartoon, because the cartoon
it ties in with that.
Yes, the cartoon is kind of going to lead into. It gives some backstory of what is coming up, some of the characters that are coming up, and why the world is kind of the way it is towards them. Where you would think they would, because you would think that like these guys kill monsters.
Yeah, like everyone would love them.
Yeah,
but they literally
you get
hate
to find out why that's kind of one of the things. So they kind of go through all that.
That's good. Guess when Matrix comes out?
Comes out the 22nd.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah.
Will you have time to watch that one?
Yeah.
Thursday?
Oh, kidding me? Wednesday.
Dude. All right, cool.
As long as it doesn't come out, I mean, yeah. Oh no, we'll watch that for sure. I mean,
all right.
Yeah,
because we can do that one next Thursday.
Yeah,
that'd be the good one. I want to see what happens. They're like supposedly they're redoing like resetting. It's the new Matrix. Everything started over basically.
Well, yeah, because I mean, they tell you in the Matrix like this is what the 6th or 5th or 4th version of this. You know, like we've had this conversation before,
right?
And he's showing them on the TV behind him, and he's like, "Yeah, we've been down this road, man. This this is what's happened. We had a whole, we just had, we did this, and it happened. So we created the superhero story, and Bubba, you're the superhero. We just went a little too far."
Yeah, and so we have the same. There's a new Trinity, right?
No, same Trinity.
But there's also a new Trinity.
Is there a new Trinity?
I think so. I think
there's new Morpheus.
There's new Morpheus, but there's like the old Trinity and the new Trinity.
I mean, I could see that. Why wouldn't there be? I mean, if there's going to be a new Morpheus, there should be a new Trinity. The thing that pissed me off about the Matrix, okay, is like the first Matrix was awesome,
right?
And then they needed to kill some people, okay, and it was like, why? So they killed, they killed the two. They killed the white-haired girl and her partner, and it's like, I don't want to die, not like this. And then there's like, because he's out there and he pulls their plug, and it was like, why do we have to? You're killing two of the coolest people that have like little roles in this. Like, come on, man! You're just gonna have to film next movie. Like,
do you think one dude's gonna show up? The Judas.
Which one?
The one that turned him in, the steak guy.
Oh, who knows, man? I'm hoping we get the Merovingian or Merov whatever the hell he was.
Yeah,
the Merovingian, or I don't know, whatever his dumbass name was.
Oh, dude, as long as they go back to the discotheque rave situation. No, I hope they don't do that, but who knows?
No, I mean, there's a lot on this to make it not suck.
Right.
So, I almost want to go back and watch the original. Not the other two, because the other two I don't give a shit about.
No.
But just go back and watch the first Matrix, because that was, it's 22 years old now, and it was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like they had a magic trick on the first one, and then they took the next two movies to explain that magic trick to you. And it's like, now we lost all the magic. Like, I like the magic trick.
Well, it's just like Disney doesn't let you go down below the city unless you're an adult. No kids in the bottom.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
What's your level of hype for the new Spider-Man movie then, with the multiverse?
I love Spider-Man. I've seen them all, but I never, like, it took me a while before I went and saw the last one, just because it's like, I mean, it's Spider-Man, guys. How many more of these do we have to do?
Right.
Apparently,
if you've watched the trailer, all the Spider-Mans are going to be in this Spider-Man.
And that's kind of cool. I mean, I hope it is. Cool.
I think, like, this is not like a. How hyped were you when the Avengers formed? Like,
oh, that was awesome, dude. Iron Man. Like, when Iron Man came out, I wasn't that excited, because I was just like, "Who's Iron Man?" And at that point, I didn't like what Nolan did with Batman. Like, to me, Nolan sucked.
Yeah.
I'm not a Christopher Nolan fan. I don't like his style. I don't like what he does with things when he gets his hands on it. It just like it's like it doesn't make sense, and it's just like
he did the coolest Bane voice though.
Yeah, that sucked. It's way better as Venom. So it was like, all right, so now we're gonna get Iron Man, and it's like, great. What is this all about? Because I mean, I like comic books, but they weren't my guys. I mean, I read Deadpool, so I wasn't like, Iron Man wasn't my thing, and I was like, all right, well, they got Morton doing it, and I'm like, or whatever, Robert Downey Jr. doing it, Morton Downey Jr. Smoke some cigarettes and have fun. So I was like, all right, I'll watch it, and I was like, oh damn, like this is cool. This is really cool. So that kind of like. Those were what I wanted Batman to be, because I feel like they always, like, Michael Keaton Batman was awesome. Yeah. It was fun. It was cool to watch. I enjoyed it for its time. I don't know if it holds up now. It probably doesn't, but it was fun for its time.
And DC can't build a universe for shit, man. They, I don't know that I would say that their TV shows up until this point were a lot better than Marvel.
Yes.
But now that we're getting Hawkeye, and we're kind of like, I think Marvel's kind of getting the edge on them. And with some of the Netflix shows, I like Daredevil a lot. I thought that was good.
Yeah, Daredevil was good. The Punisher was. Jessica Jones was like, will this fucking end?
The worst one was the Iron Fist.
Oh, Iron Fist was like, Jesus,
this kid's annoying, man. I hate this guy.
And Luke Cage was like, all right, I get it, but no.
I mean, and like that dude, like I like that actor too, but it's
he's cool. Like
they just like he's cool as hell. It's just
wrong thing. Well, he does this other one where he's like a priest or something. That's on. I want to say it's on Paramount. It's either on Paramount or
I've seen him in like a priest. I remember seeing him like
he does like a priest role, where they're like fighting the devil or somebody. And I watched season 1 of it. I don't remember what the hell it was called.
Based on a comic book?
I don't know. I watched season 1. There was like, the girl would go to bed every night, and some demon would come and like, wake her up and be like, hey, kitty. And it was like really weird shit. Evil. Thank you. Dave is the man.
I know, man. He's on point, isn't he?
Yeah, so Evil season 2 just came out, but he plays a priest in there that has like some weird special powers. And that was good. Evil was good. If you don't mind, not being able to sleep for a couple weeks, it's on Paramount. Yep.
Yeah. I actually pay for that, and I haven't watched nothing since the Stephen King thing, The Stand. That was the last thing I watched on there. We still pay for it.
You watch Evil then. If you like scary shit, like semi-scary TV stuff. It's good. It's got a good story. I'm drinking eggnog and rum just for Dean. Enjoy your drink of shit. Best Spider-Man movie, and mine was Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse. Oh, the cartoon.
I like the cartoon. I thought the cartoon was great.
Okay, when it comes to Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire? Was he the first?
Right.
Okay, with Kirsten Dunst, hands down, the coolest Spider-Man. Period. Like when that came out, it was like, oh my god, we can do a Spider-Man. This is cool. You know, and he was the right nerd. She was the right hot, and it just that group did to me. That was like, okay, we can do this.
Right.
And then it kind of went a little too far, and I was like, all right, never mind. And then we got the next guy, and it was like,
no one even remembers him, Andrew Garfield.
Yeah, and I was like, is this James Bond? Is that what this is going to be? It's just going to be James Bond. Like every 2 or 3 years, we get a new 007. I mean, what the frick, you know? And this kid now to me, this kid is doing the best acting job, for it. When I watched Into the Spider-Verse, which they are coming out with a part 2 now. If you haven't seen the preview for part 2, that's coming out. I didn't like it the first time I watched it. I was just kind of like, all right. Nah.
Yeah.
So then I watched it again many months later, and I was like, okay, I kind of see what's going on now. I'm cool. I like it. It's fun, you know, and it got me excited about the second one coming out because I was like, this could be fun. You know, this could be a good series. Because not everything needs to be live action.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and this is going to be basically the new Spider-Man live action Into the Spider-Verse because we're getting into the multiverse. This is
but we're not going to get a Miles Morales. So
I know, but who knows? I don't know. We haven't seen it yet, but we're gonna get Doc Ock. They've already showed him.
That steals some Tony tech.
Yeah, and who else? The Green Goblin. So what's his name? The creepy ass dude that plays the Green Goblin.
Willem Dafoe.
And
you're gonna get the lizard guy.
I heard Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire show up in this.
We'll know soon enough. Right. It's funny. I have a giant Spider-Man on the wall right here. I mean, I'm a nerd. Let's be honest. I got shit everywhere. I got Spider-Man shit everywhere. I got Batman stuff everywhere. That's why I was so pissed when Nolan just screwed Batman over so good. And I liked Justice League Batman. Like I thought that he did a really good job with Batman. Yeah. You know, I thought that was cool. I'm looking forward to the new Batman.
Dude, I didn't give a shit about Justice League at all until the extended cut,
Nolan cut, or whatever the guy is. Yeah, the new cut.
Yeah, the Snyder cut. Once I seen the Snyder cut, matter of fact, that Snyder cut got me so hyped up that I was all in on Doom Patrol. Yeah. And then I watched all those while they were out. Then we had a break, and then we went back, and I was like, you know what? That's enough Doom Patrol.
Yeah, I haven't gone back to it. It's there. I'll get to it. I kind of needed, you know, it was like I need to go to a different place for a while, you know. So I'm excited that the rumor is they're bringing back the Deadpool from the Netflix series because I thought he did a really good job. There's a
Deadpool in the Netflix series?
Not Deadpool, Daredevil.
Oh, yeah. Is that what they said? That'd be dope.
Yeah, supposedly they're bringing him. The rumor is that we're going to see him, and then we're going to see the guy that played Kingpin. That's
I like Kingpin too.
That he's the uncle. He's the uncle we keep hearing about. So I don't know, man. I just look at these things and it's like it's too much. Like when we were watching Hawkeye, Haley's like, why do you know this? I'm like, I don't know. My nerdist cup runneth over. It's like I have such a hard time keeping up with all this crap. But you know, it's like it's all, you know. But I think that's what makes Disney so nice is that they do, like, if you just want to watch Hawkeye, you can watch Hawkeye and you'll get everything there is out of it. But if you've watched everything else, then there's so much more to the script that you're going to get. So, you know,
Kingpin was the big ball guy.
Yeah, Kingpin was the big ball guy that like punched him right in the face.
Right, and destroyed him basically.
Yeah, and like smashed his head into the table.
Like that was the best thing about Daredevil. Like Matt Murdock got his ass kicked a lot, but this dude could take a beating like nobody else.
Yeah. He definitely had.
The fight scenes were so because it was like it was like a real fight in those, and it was super kind of low budget compared to what we're used to seeing. But that's what I liked about it. I liked it when they put the Defenders together.
Oh yeah, that was cool on Netflix. Yeah, that was the best.
Yeah.
That was like to me, that was like the best show. Didn't make sense, but it was nice. Hey man, we all like Battle
nobody
Royale.
gives a shit about Iron
Listen,
Fist,
man,
dude.
we all watched Hulk Hogan and Macho Man Savage go up there and shake hands at the beginning of the the battle, because it's like we're gonna waste everybody that's here. That's right, man. Hulkamania's running wild. Yeah. Whoa, give me that grip. It's like, okay, cool.
And then he goes into NWO and turns into a bad guy, and you're like, what the hell's going on?
Let me tell you what. Snap into it. Oh yeah, come on.
Both of them went to the NWO.
Well, of course. I mean, Hollywood, baby.
Yeah, man.
Yes, I'd like to make imitations of people. It's it's funny. When I was a kid, I had to it's Star Wars. Okay, everyone had to sound different when you're playing with your action figures.
Yeah.
So I had I know some of you guys. I had calluses on my vocal cords from stressing my voice too much, and I was like, "How does that happen?" But I don't know.
Yeah.
I just
my wife, she has, like, if she's making fun of a guy, it's the same voice. It doesn't matter. The dude can be literally from anywhere.
Yeah,
it's always the same voice.
My problem is, if you put me in a room with a bunch of people that so for example, it was funny when we were at Rockford. I was talking with one of the head people there, and I don't know how we got into the topic of accents. Yeah. And I said, just don't put me in a room full of Japanese people anymore. And she's like, why? I said, because Alpine did that to me like 3 times over the course of my career. And I'm like, I get bored. I know I have attention deficit disorder. So I get really bored when you're talking shit that I don't care anything about. And even sometimes when you're talking shit I care about, to focus, I concentrate on their mannerisms and their voice. And I try to pick up on their characteristics that makes their voice unique. And so, there was a while there I could do an awesome Japanese accent and their whole little thing. And so I was like, all right, let me give it a shot. Cause she was like, you got to do it. And I was like, all right, let me try. She's like, oh my God, like, you've spent way too much time studying this. And I was like, no, it's just, it's just like, I did my imitation of Bob in the last show. It's like, I just, my brain works that way. I can't, I'm not going to make any money at it. That's for sure. Don't quit your day job. Don't quit your day job.
I don't know. Start a 5th channel up and see what it does.
Yeah, when we used to do the 12 days of Christmas at 5-star, for sale on Facebook, I would always try to do a character, to make it funny. And we deleted all of those, so you'll never find them. They're gone. They know they don't exist anymore. And I had to, because it was like, you can never tell what is funny today isn't going to be funny tomorrow.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, it's like, oh shit, that was a little offensive.
Yeah. So exactly. So
I've done stuff like that myself, and I'm like, I think back, like, I didn't think people would take it like this, but if they do, that's very offensive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I nope, not. Yeah. Sorry. This is the state of the world. Yeah.
I got a buddy that can do the best Jewish impersonation, and he won't do it for that very reason.
Oh no. No. Yeah. My best Hulk Hogan is, what's up, brother? That's what I was targeting. Let me tell you something.
Macho Man's easier because you just really got to strain it.
Oh, it's hard though. But Hulk Hogan is just, brother. Yeah. Let me tell you what, you got to eat your vitamin.
Well, you got
prayers, eat your vitamins.
Austin in there.
Stone Cold Steve Austin. I never was a fan.
Me neither.
I mean, I never. He came after I was interested. I like him. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I like watching, but I never watched him enough to where
my WWE interest ended at the cartoon.
Yeah.
After the cartoon, I was like, yeah, I don't care. And,
You know,
and then Kyle got into him when he was younger. So
yeah, I mean that there was, you know, when The Rock was all the rage and Stone Cold, but I mean, at that point, I wasn't watching it for, you know, the kids' entertainment value. It was just like, hey, what's on tonight? Wrestling. Is there anything else on? No. Guess we're watching wrestling. Who's on tonight? Yeah. Ooh, The Rock. Oh, let's watch The Rock.
Here, we call it wrestling.
Yes.
Wrestling. So
yes, we call it wrestling.
Well, next time you're doing your Southern accent, wrestling.
Okay, y'all. Don't even get me started. So we're gonna watch The Matrix.
The Matrix. Gonna be dope. I hope.
You know, the problem with getting Fernando on like these shows at nighttime is that he can't do these things from his house because, you know, his kid is just like,
yeah,
he's 5, man, and he's just a spider monkey. Like we had a phone call we had to take the other day, and Sebastian was up because he wasn't feeling good. So Fernando was like, I'm gonna bring him to work, and I was like, well, we need to move all the Christmas presents out of the install bay. He's like, oh yeah.
No shit, he's just me over there.
yeah. I was like, dude, there's Christmas presents all over the place. We got to move this shit.
Oh, dude, my buddy's got a 2-year-old.
Oh yeah,
and this house is not 2-year-old friendly. And my wife likes to watch the 2-year-old, but she doesn't like to make the house 2-year-old friendly.
You just got to close all the doors.
Dude, he got a fucking knife out of the butcher block. He grabbed a knife out of. He's a good kid. Doesn't cry.
4 feet tall.
No, dude, he's a climber.
Oh,
and then she sends him out to the garage. I'm working on the trooper with the door open, working on the system wiring.
Yeah, no.
Run straight in. Boom. Falls down. I was like, oh my God, please don't let this little dude die on my watch.
So, you know, Sue takes care of a 2-year-old too. And, you know, my house is definitely not kid friendly in the sense like there's Legos and shit everywhere that every kid wants to touch.
Yeah.
But no, man, he knows these are my toys and these I don't touch. So, and that too, he figured that shit out real quick. You know, the first time Sebastian came over here, he's like, and Fernando goes, you can't touch any of it. And he goes, why? And he goes, because they're not toys. They're
why does he have this then?
Why? And that's why does he have these things?
Bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
So bullshit. I go, toys you can't play with.
And I go, here, I have a present for you. You can play with these toys. He's, okay, cool. But yeah, did you go? Shush.
I always took Fro as a Bible salesman.
Nah, dude. Let me tell you what. He is a Stereo King salesman through and through. I have 2 hats. You know, I have hats in my car that I keep because it's convertible and stuff. So I have my Stereo King hats in the car, and you know, so it's like I'll put them on and whatnot. But yeah, when he showed up in Washington, he's like, I got some swag. And I was like, awesome. Because they got cool hats. Like his boss is not afraid to buy swag. You know? It's like to get Paul to do something. It's like that. To get Paul to do something means I have to do it. And it's like, this sucks.
Oh, you should get Paul to design you a uniform.
Okay, so the end of the show is coming up closely here. Next week is going to be The Matrix. So for all you guys that are waiting to see it, please watch it because we're going to spoil the shit out of that. So definitely watch it. That's it. That's all we got. It's been fun. It's been real. You guys have a great night.